Okay, so problem 15. I want you to try this one first. This is the only problem that's using the quadratic formula. So I want you to try it first, and then I'll explain it. So what you do is you have to have all of the numbers on the left side, so it has to be equal to 0. Here's the quadratic formula. So the first thing I need to know what are my A's, B's, and C's. My A is here, it's 3. B is 11, and C is negative 34. Now we're going to replace A, B, and C in the quadratic formula with these three numbers. So I will have negative B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C. A is 3 and C is negative 34. Yeah. All divided by 2 times A, and A is 3. So now we simplify this sum. Negative 11 plus or minus square root. 11 squared is 121. A negative times a negative is positive, so I'll be adding. 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 times 34. Yeah, is 8, 10, 408 over 2 times 3 is 6. So now we're going to add these two numbers together. You get negative 11 plus or minus the square root, 529 over 6. Now 529 is a big number. I didn't memorize this perfect squares up to 529. So let's just check real quick. By the way, have you ever seen such an old calculator? I've had this my whole life, it seems like. The square root of 529 is equal to 23. I did not know that. So this, the square root of 529, is now 23. So negative 11 plus or minus 23 divided by 6. So this is two problems here. Negative 11 plus 23 will be positive 12. Yeah. And then divided by 6. And then negative 11 minus 23 will be negative 34 over 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. So that's our first answer. N is 2. But we have to figure out this one too. 34 doesn't divide by 6. So all we can do really is kind of reduce it. 34 is 17 times 2. And 6 is 3 times 2. So you can reduce the 2's, you can cancel out the 2's, and you'll be left with negative 17 thirds. So these are our two answers here. Okay.